وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد حبيبي يا محمد، يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد حبيبي يا محمد، يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد حبيبي يا محمد، يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد حبيبي يا محمد، يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد حبيبي يا محمد، يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد حبيبي يا محمد، يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي حبيبي يا محمد. يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا يا حبيبي يا شفيعي يا رسول الله بحبي
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And a very good evening to all. Thank you for joining this session. Maybe Aliff can change your background to our official background of the session. To our audience as well as for those that joining via Facebook Live, thank you for joining. We're going to begin our session with Suratul Al-Fatiha. So Alhamdulillah, we're going to begin our third series of this How is Your Tarannum session 2024. So for those that recently joined this program, it's basically a continuity of the previous last year program on How is Your Tajweed. So this time our objective is basically to increase awareness of our audience and also our community regarding Tarannum, regarding the importance of Tarannum, the types of Tarannum, as well as a little bit of practice exposure on the types of Tarannum that we can recite during recitation of Al-Quran. And our aims are basically not to replace any official session of one-to-one teacher and student. Cannot replace that importance of the official learning of student and a teacher and ustaz and ustazah. Basically, we are far from there. We are just we like to increase our awareness and motivation regarding Tarannum recitation, right? So the previous two sessions we already discussed with Brother Muaz regarding what is Tarannum, what are the importance and what are the types of Tarannum. We discussed several in superficial exposure, and what are the limitations and what are the false understanding of Tarannum. So basically, we have discussed that, and what important is basically for us to understand first the tajweed, to be expert in tajweed first, if possible, before we can increase our knowledge on Tarannum melody in recitation of Al-Quran. So I do believe that we have another speaker for tonight, again, also from Kulliyyah of Medicine. I'm more than happy to introduce to all of us our brother Aliff Irfan, our final year medical student and also an expert in Tarannum. Brother Aliff Irfan, how are you?
Assalamualaikum semua. I'm good.
Waalaikumsalam, Brother Aliff. I think your view, it's a little bit rotated. I think it's 180-degree rotated. Will you change it? Yeah. All right. Okay. We can't really see your face with this background. If you do not want to use this background, so it's okay. I think it's okay. All right. So can you introduce yourself a bit to us, Brother Aliff?
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
I be to all of you. My name is Aliff. Usually people call me Aliff,
Mm-hmm.
and I am year 5 medical student.
Mm-hmm.
And actually I have prepared my slide, and there is the data.
Oh,
on-
sure, can.
Can I?
So I do believe that we're going to discuss and would like to practice on Tarannum Bayyati, right?
Yes.
Brother Aliff, all right, okay. So I pass the session to Brother Aliff for his introduction as well as the exposure on the Tarannum. Thank you, Brother Aliff.
Can you see it, Doctor?
Yes, we can see your slide. Maybe you would like to make a PowerPoint presentation.
Yes,
Uh,
I currently presenting the slide.
yeah. Can you begin with the slide view, slideshow to make it larger? So I was informed last time with Brother Muaz, he said that according to him, the approach of Tarannum would be individualized, but he said that the one that is commonly been practiced and commonly good for starting to expose Tarannum is Tarannum Bayyati, right? So is
Yeah.
that the reason why we choose this Tarannum first, Brother Aliff?
Yes. Because the basic in Tarannum, we have seven Tarannum.
Mhm,
So basically, Bayyati is the basic one, and
mhm,
everyone in who want to learn Tarannum
mhm,
needs to learn this type of Tarannum first, and then we go
mhm,
to another types of Tarannum.
mhm. Great.
Anyway, Doctor, can you see my slide? I have put in slideshow mode.
I can't see it. I think we cannot see it. I think it's okay. You share again once again without slideshow. You can just because just now the first time that you share without slideshow, we can view your slide. So I think you can just move the slide without slideshow just now. For now we cannot see your sharing. Do you click the button share screen?
Hmm.
Okay, we can see your screen, your desktop screen. We can see it now. We can see your slide view presentation. You may proceed, Brother Aliff Irfan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. May yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan 'abduhu wa rasuluh. Wa qala Allah ta'ala fil Qur'anil 'azim. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وإذا قرئ القرآن فاستمعوا له وأنصتوا لعلكم ترحمون. Which means when the Quran is read, listen to it with intention and hold your peace, then we may receive mercy. So based on this ayat, when one of us read a Quran, then we might listen to it, be quiet, and then take any advantage from the ayah. So my name is Aliff, and this is a little bit biodata of me. My full name is Muhammad Aliff Irfan bin Khairul Anwar, and I come from Sungai Besar, Selangor. I'm a year 5 medical student, and for my achievement in Hafazan, I started memorize Al-Quran in 2012 and finish it in 2017. Then I get my Shahada in 30 Juzu in 2018. And on competition side, basically I most likely like same like Muaz. I join on the Hafazan part, which the forte one, my forte is actually the techniques of Hafazan and Tajweed. However, humbly I will teach as much as I can in this class of Tarannum. Okay, so I just briefly even though Brother Muaz have introduced you about Tarannum, but I just briefly introduce again. So we know that Al-Quran is the word of Allah and was revealed to Prophet Nabi Muhammad through Malaikat Jibril in a way of mutawatir, in consecutive manner, so that everyone knows what happens in any situation, or when Nabi Muhammad is sad. That is when this ayah was revealed to him. And the Quran is not just to be recited, but one's need to master in tajwid, tarannum, and qiraat. And also this is one of ilmu from my ustad. He said, if you want to have a good tarannum, if you want to have a good voice in reciting Al-Quran, the first thing you need to improve is tajwid. That's the first thing you need to improve is tajwid. So basically, if you have a good tajwid, the good voice, the tarannum will come. And that's it. And the qiraat is basically another way to read Al-Quran, which is you can get it from anyone that have this type of knowledge. Basically, the from Sheikh from another Muslim, or anyone from the Arab country. So what is the importance of Tarannum? Nabi Muhammad said, Hassinul Qur'ana bi'aswatikum fa inni sawta al-hasana yazidul Qur'anan hasanan. In a Malay, it means perelokkanlah bacaan Al-Quran dengan suara-suara kamu, sesungguhnya suara yang elok sahaja boleh menambahkan keelokan bacaan Al-Quran itu. Another verse in another hadith from Al-Bara' bin Azib, Nabi Muhammad SAW said, Zayyinul Qur'ana bi aswatikum. In Malay, it means hiasilah Al-Quran dengan suara kalian. This is from riwayat Al-Bayyati in Syu'ab Al-Iman. So we go to Tarannum Bayyati. Basically, I was assigned to give you a theory part of Tarannum Bayyati. However, I think the theory part is just a quite short. Then I think I will proceed to practical part, which just a brief practical part, so that you get a overview of Tarannum Bayyati. Okay. 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 So basically, the first thing I want to know is, did you guys know the differences between mujawad and murattal? Okay. So the things that we want to learn is Tarannum Murattal. Tarannum Murattal is basically is going to be read during our day, during our practical day in the solat, or in our usual time reading the Quran. However, in Tarannum Mujawad is basically that you guys see in the competition, the slower one. The things that we read usually is Murattal, however the competition one is Mujawad. So we are going to learn about the Murattal one. This is the history of Tarannum Bayyati, and also the meaning of Bayyati itself. So Bayyati, it's from Arabic language. You know, it's Bayyati. Everyone knows Bayyati is home, is house, or place of residence. However, in terminology, it refers to the one of the name in Tarannum, which is popularized by Arab Qawris, especially Egyptian Qawris. And it was introduced in Malay around 1940, and is still used until today. And like I said before, used in the solat, in moratan, and also used also in competition, in a mujawad. So what is the characteristic of Tarannum Bayyati? This Tarannum Bayyati have gentleness alongside of firmness. So that's why this Tarannum Bayyati is suitable for the intonation of the opening and closing Tarannum. So if you can see or you join any competition of Tarannum, this of Hafazan, I joined Hafazan 1. So if you join the Tarannum competition, this is the Tarannum that you use in the opening as opening Tarannum and also the closing Tarannum. Because this Tarannum has gentleness and firmness. Despite of other Tarannums, there is Tarannum that every Tarannum is actually you need to see the ayah. If the ayah is suitable for this Tarannum, and then we proceed with the Tarannum, because there is certain ayat, there is certain ayat of Al-Quran explained to us in a set situation. So there is suitable Tarannum for set situation. For example, Hijaz. And then for visually, like I said, this is Tarannum Bayyati is for opening and closing. And that's why I think brother Muaz, put us this topic in the first part of our classes. And also, this Tarannum have a compatibility with moderate tabaqat. Okay. In Tarannum, we have 4 tabaqat. The first tabaqat is tabaqat qarar. Qarar mean in Malay means dalam. The qarar, what is tabaqat actually? So tabaqat is the way we voicing out this Tarannum. So the first one is tabaqat qarar. So tabaqat qarar, we use our chest to produce the voice. The second one is tabaqat nawa. Tabaqat nawa, we use our mouth to voice out the intonation. Our mouth to voice out the intonation. And then the third one is tabaqat jawab. Tabaqat jawab, we use our nose to voicing out the Tarannum. And the last one is tabaqat jawabul jawab. We use our head to voicing out the Tarannum part. So in Tarannum Bayyati, usually the tabaqat will be in a nawa or qarar part. That's it. The nawa and qarar part usually. And in Tarannum Bayyati, it contains elements of harmony and tranquility. So this need to be same with the verse that we want to share to the people in a Tarannum way. Okay. So what is the role of Tarannum Bayyati? The first one is to strengthening the recitation presentation. Of course, because it has a gentleness and firmness. The next one is to serve as the intonation for the opening and closing of Tarannum. Like I said before, this Tarannum has been used until now as the opening of Tarannum and also a closing in Tarannum, even in the competition. The third one is serve as reference for the Tarannum presented subsequently. So usually, if someone have Tarannum Bayyati, the next Tarannum would be much more same with Tarannum Bayyati. It cannot be different. It cannot be have so much differences. So this will be, I think, a little bit more explained by my next colleague. The fourth one is bringing fluency in pronouncing the letters of Quran, because Bayyati, usually in Bayyati, we read more slower. So that's why the pronunciation of the letter of Quran is more better in Tarannum Bayyati. And last one is capable of manifesting the miraculous nature of the Quran in the terms of recitation, because this is the ultimate one. We want to give people the miraculous of nature of the Quran when we read the Quran. Okay. So the practical one. Okay.
Sorry, brother Alif. Can I
Yes.
ask question?
Yes.
So I think from my understanding so far from your session as well as Brother Muaz session, in any Tarannum, there will be like phases of beginning. I mean, like we try to increase the tone of the voice, and after that flat, and after that a little bit high, and towards the end we're going to slow down the tone, right? So it's like
Yes.
hiking, inclining, and after that declination. So, is that the one that you mentioned just now about you mentioned about the inner voice in the chest, and after that drawing out the voice through the mouth to the nose, and after that the head. Is that the same concept? Is actually different.
Yes. To answer the question, that actually it's the same thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
why usually tabaqat for Tarannum Bayyati is usually the Qoror part or also the Nawa part, because Qoror part and Nawa part is usually uh used in the first presentation of Tarannum, because the first one we usually we have a low voice. We use a
Mm-hmm.
voice, and then we close the Tarannum with Tarannum Baiti because of the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
But in other Tarannum like Hijaz, like Siqah, uh, Jaharkah, usually in this Tarannum, this part of Tarannum we usually use Tabaqat Jawab Jawab Jawab, because the Tarannum is
I
so high. The voice that we need to use is so high. Yes.
understand. Mm.
I think
Brother Alif, are you there?
that's, yes, yes, betul.
All right, okay. I think just now there is a sudden pause, but I think I can get your explanation just now. Okay, maybe we can proceed with the practical part, Brother Alif.
So, insyaAllah. Actually, I have to. Can I communicate with one that have that are in the Zoom?
You
What's
can
it?
communicate with me. You can communicate with anyone, but I will practice with you first, then we open to the rest.
Okay. So I will try to read first all the ayah, and
Mhm.
then we go one by one. So,
I will try follow you.
okay. So so go through one by one ke?
Yes, we
Or
can go one by one so that I can understand more your technique. Then we can read
okay,
one whole surah after that.
insyaAllah. Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Brother Alif?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Brother Aliff, are you back? Boleh dengar Brother Aliff? I think you are muted. Just now there is a sudden disrupted of the connection, so we can't really hear your recitation. Probably because of the internet connection is poor there. Maybe you can off your camera if you want, so that we can have more stable connection.
Betul?
Yes, yeah, I'm here. Is it because of unstable connection there?
Yes, unstable connection here.
Okay. If you feel like you would like to off your camera, I think it's okay. If you feel like you would like to improve the connection by doing that, but if you would like to stay there, it's okay. I think just now we trying to recite Surah Al-Fatihah one by one ayah. Maybe you can restart again. Is that okay? The Surah Al-Fatihah.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الحمد لله رب العالمين
الحمد لله رب العالمين.
الرحمن الرحيم
الرحمن الرحيم.
مالك يوم الدين
مالك يوم الدين.
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين
إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين.
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم
اهدنا الصراط المستقيم.
صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين
صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Yes. Amin. So
Brother Alif,
basically, in
sorry, I can't see the inclination phase, the climax, and the declination. Uh, is that what it is, Bayyati, or maybe is there is a
what
spectrum of Bayyati?
because like always like I said before,
Uh,
the Bayyati basically it's Quran and also Nawa. That's why most of the time this is the way we read Tarannum Bayyati.
mm. So can I say that
However,
it's like a monotone kind of
yes,
taranum?
yes.
Okay, so it's always
Then
on the flat tone,
mm,
not
yes,
really high, not
usually
really
most
low.
yeah.
Okay,
Okay, then we proceed to this one. I will
okay,
just read first
all right, sure.
until this ayat, and then I think you can later appreciate if there is any inclination or declination. شيطان. تبارك الذي جعل في السماء بروجا وجعل فيها سراجا وقمرا منيرا وهو الذي جعل الليل والنهار خلفة يذكر لمن أراد أن يذكر أو أراد شكورا وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما والذين يبيتون لربهم سجدا وقياما والذين يقولون ربنا اصرف عنا عذاب جهنم إن عذابها كان غراما إنها ساءت مستقرا ومقاما والذين إذا أنفقوا لم يسرفوا ولم يقتروا وكان بين ذلك قواما الله العظيم. I think this is part more I think you can clearly say there is inclination and declination.
I think so. Sorry, Brother Alif. I think probably I'm not expert in this, so I feel like it's the same in any ayah. I think probably that's the characters of Bayyati, probably. But nevertheless, I can feel the calmness of your tone. I mean, it's soothing to be here. It sounds musical on its own, and no defect on the harmony of the tone, which I feel like it comes with practice and expertise on your field. Yep. So maybe I can try. All right, Brother Alif, and probably not the same like as you recite just now compared to Al-Fatiha, which I think much more easier. All right. So
Okay.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبارك الذي جعل في السماء بروجا وجعل فيها سراجا وقمرا منيرا وهو الذي جعل الليل والنهار خلفة لمن أراد أن يذكر أو أراد شكورا وعباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما والذين يبيتون لربهم سجدا وقياما والذين يقولون ربنا اصرف عنا عذاب جهنم إن عذابها كان غراما إنها ساءت مستقرا ومقاما والذين إذا أنفقوا لم يسرفوا ولم يقتروا وكان بين ذلك قواما صدق الله العظيم. Any comment from
Okay.
you, Aliff?
It's I think from my knowledge, most of us subconsciously we are going to read in a Bayyati way.
Okay.
That's why. If I may show you how to proceed, how to read in Ross one, Tarannum Ross,
Okay.
it's much different.
Okay.
That's why most of us, if we imitate certain sheikh, for example,
Mm-hmm.
Misha,
Mm-hmm.
we have
Yes.
Tarannum Nahwan. But if we not imitating any sheikh,
Mm-hmm.
usually subconsciously we are going to read in a Bayyati way because this is the basic one. I think
So default melody is Bayyati
yeah,
for you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They will
Mm-hmm.
be explained more by I think my colleague will explain more because it
Inshallah.
wait from me. This is 40 is just hafazan and tajweed. Okay. So,
Yeah.
inshallah we'll teach you how
Um,
to read.
okay. I did some revision, Brother Alif, before we joined this session. Because just to make it more fruitful, I realized there are certain Taranum sharer, uh, as if like there are spectrum of tonation of Bayyati, because sometimes I heard it's quite high, but they still call it Bayyati. Example, they recite example, A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. They can say, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. And they still call it Bayyati. Is that such thing? Or basically it's another version of another Taran?
Yeah. The video that you see, is it in Moratal or in Mujawad? Is
Uh,
it
the Sharon does not declare it, but it's not that long. It's quite
routine
short.
reading the Quran, or it's much more slower that you have seen in competition
No, it's
in
not a
Tarannum?
competition. I think the rapidity of, or the velocity of the recitation is almost, I think, similar, just like us, but it's a little bit of high pitch at the middle, and after that is a little bit down. He gave an example of Surah Al-Fatiha as well. So that's why I was asking, is there any spectrum of Bayyati? And then if it's not, then probably that is not Bayyati that I've observed previously. Probably it's not.
Okay. To answer that question,
Mhm.
if you try to find out in YouTube in
Uh-huh.
Al-Fatih in
Yeah.
Moratal way,
Mm-hmm.
usually it's more towards the it's not high pitch, it's lower
Okay.
pitch. However, in a Mujawad way, there is
Mm-hmm.
some uh, this Tarannum
Mm-hmm.
recited
Mm-hmm.
wants to make it jawab or jawab.
I
So,
see.
yeah.
I see. Okay.
But usually most of the time the Tarannum Bayati is moderate tabaqat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Good
Thank
tabaq.
you very much, Brother Alif. Maybe you can comment on my recitation just now. Is that fulfilled Bayati?
It's I think it's fulfilled Bayati, but uh it come with practice. Betul. I think
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
practice. Yeah. At first place when I try to read Quran, try to
Mm-hmm.
find my own we call it Tarannum, my own
Mm-hmm.
Tarannum. But actually I try my first time
Mm-hmm.
trying to read Tarannum is the first one is Ross, Tarannum Ross.
Oh,
Then I proceed to Jaharkah.
yeah.
Suddenly I come back to Bayati, the basic one,
Yeah.
and it make me more comfortable with it,
Yeah.
and all my previous ustad love it so much
Mm-hmm.
when I read it this way.
Mm-hmm.
So when I tend to use this Taranum much more, even in a prayer, even leading the prayer, and that's all.
Which Taranum you prefer just now? You comfortable with just now?
For now, it's Bayyati.
Bayati.
For now,
See. Okay.
the previous one is Ross.
Ross. Okay.
If you have heard Syekh Sudais,
Mm-hmm.
that's Taranum Ross.
Mm-hmm. In any competition, I mean, you've been involved in Hafazan competition as well. Does they specify which Tarannum for you to recite, or is up to the participant?
Uh, in a Hafazan competition,
Mm-hmm.
it's actually up to the person which
Mm-hmm.
Tarannum that you want to use.
Mm-hmm.
How it's just for there's actually categories in Hafazan competition. Like I show you before, I've joined in 10 juzu, 20 juzu, and 30 juzu.
Mm-hmm.
So in 10 juzu, there is specific marks for Tarannum, Doctor. There is
Mm-hmm.
specific mark Tarannum. So in that category,
Mm-hmm.
yes, you need to have a specific Tarannum,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to perform it and to gain the highest mark of it.
Mm-hmm.
But others category, there is no specific Tarannum. You just use your Tarannum in a comfortable way,
Mm-hmm.
or more good to hear by the audience, then you have a good
Yep.
marks. That's it.
All right. Just now about this ayah, right? This verses in surah. You mentioned that we can see the difference of inclination, climax, and declination. Can you highlight me at which ayah that is shows the inclination just now? Your recitation just now?
The first one is Bismillah. تبارك الذي جعل في السماء بروجا وجعل فيها سراجا. The فيها وجعل فيها سراجا وقمرا منيرا. Ram, this is we said in Taranum is bunga. It's more like there is vibration over it. وقمرا منيرا.
Okay, so meaning that in this one ayah, there is inclination, flat, and declination.
Yes.
Okay. So the inclination just now is waja'ala fiha. That one is inclination.
وجعل فيها سراجا وقمرا منيرا.
Yeah. So
Munira is
fiha, that ha is inclination.
yes.
Fiha, but very very superficial inclination. I'm sorry, am I right? Is a little bit inclined, but not that inclined.
Yes.
Is that so? That's Bayyati, right? So does it mean that in every ayah should have that wave of incline and decline in every ayah just now?
In Tarannum Murattal, it depends on the recited, uh, which uh, which you want to which way what you want to have an inclination. But for Tarannum Mujawad, usually they practice it one night before the competition, and they
Mm,
have their own we call it a trainer. This trainer will give them how to voice it, how to this part that inclination, this part and declination, and this is I think is expertized by my colleague later.
mm, inshallah.
So, yeah,
Mm,
sure in this one.
okay. Um, I love to learn more. Like to hear more from you, Alif. Can you proceed with the second ayah again?
وهو الذي جعل الليل والنهار خلفة لمن أراد أن يذكر لمن أراد أن that is explanation لمن أراد أن يذكر أو أراد شكورا.
If I recite أو أراد شكورا, that one also considered low. Okay. Okay, great. Alhamdulillah, I think I can understand the fundamentals of the ayah the recitation of ayah according to Tarannum Bayyati. I do realize that we have some of our friends online Zoom meeting tonight, and probably anyone would like to have a practice with our brother Aliff, more than welcome. Anyone would like to join and would like to practice the surah? Probably we can start with Surah Al-Fatihah first, right, brother Aliff?
Yes.
Yeah. Any volunteers who like to practice together with us tonight in terms of recitation of the surah and the ayah according to Tarannum Bayyati, which I feel like is almost the usual things that we do, practice daily in our solah, in our recitation of Al-Quran alone, in our room, in our house. And probably not much different, and probably we're not realizing it that it's basically Tarannum Bayyati. So anyone would like to try? Any audiences would like to try? It's open for the session now. Yeah, probably is quite challenging to try, right? Aliff, brother Aliff, in the beginning. So we understand that situation. Probably we can repeat again Surah Al-Fatihah. Is it okay? You recite one whole surah, then I will proceed after that.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. I'm trying to mimic your tone, but somehow rather diverted to another tone. I think it requires practice, but does it qualify as Bayyati just now? It's totally disrupted.
uh from my ustad, he teach me when you want to read Bayyati, usually you use your voice from the chest, your low voice.
The inner voice.
Mm. To make it more smoothly, make it more good to hear, you need to use your low voice. But I
Okay.
think that that's why I say along way you learn the Tarannum, you will actually find the best Tarannum that is suitable
Suitable
to
to our voice.
yes, yes. That's
Okay.
why I see before the first thing I have a Ross. Ross is actually very high. Ross
Yeah.
very high. The just very high. I think if you try to learn another Tarannum later,
Yeah.
it's suitable to your voice. You can use it in
Yeah.
everything.
I understand that. I think I would like to echo back your expression just now. I feel like probably my voice is a little bit high pitched and it's quite difficult
Yeah,
to make it
I think
lower down and to control it on a very polite, smooth manner. All right,
I
probably
think
I short
your
chord
voice
off.
quite is quite high pitch. So
Uh,
Actually, the suitable one is Nahwan or Ijaz or Ross.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will find it. Everyone will
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah, because I can detect that it's not that harmony when I recite, not that harmony. So something wrong somewhere. But I feel like okay, that's possible. Can we make your pronunciation just now? Okay, before we end, last chance to our audience. Anyone would like to try this Surah Al-Fatiha, our daily surah that we recite during our prayers, during our pray, any beginning of our session, usually we recite Al-Fatiha. Anyone would like to try? Probably that it can give some new spectrum, a new level of recitation, and we become more focused and more khusyuk in our recitation and also prayer, and we feel addicted towards reciting it more and more. So that's what I'm feeling it now. I would like to rewatch probably this session and understand better on the recitation of Bayyati. So anyone would like to try before we close our session? Yeah, Brother Aliff, 10 p.m. already. All right. There is none. I think probably everyone quite busy with other things as well while listening to us, right? Probably they can rewatch again, right? So for those that would like to rewatch again our session, you can just follow our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook channel, IOHK Kulliyyah of Medicine. It's always been uploaded there, so you can just rewatch and whenever you want, inshallah. So with that, I would like to zillion thankful to Brother Aliff for staying with us until at this time. And hopefully we're going to see you again back in the subsequent session. Is it going to be yourself again on the fourth series?
Yes, sir.
Inshallah. All right, so inshallah, we're going to announce to all when will be the next session. As we promised before, it will be usually on Thursday night. So with that, thank you very much, Brother Aliff, and thank you everyone for joining this session. Inshallah, I would like to remind again, the objective for this session is not to replace one-to-one session between student and also Ustaz or Ustazah. Basically, just to increase our awareness, motivation, and interest to learn more and more from the respective lecturer and respective Ustaz Ustazah later on, inshallah. So with that, thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum. We end our session with satu as and tasbih kifarah. Thank you, Aliff. Thank you, everyone. Assalamualaikum, and have a very good rest.